Stop wasting your life. You are dying. I don't say that to scare you. I say it because it is the only truth that matters. From the moment you were born, a clock started ticking, and you have no idea when it will stop. It could be in 50 years, it could be in 10 years, or it could be tomorrow. Yet, look at how you live. You live as if you have an infinite supply of time. You procrastinate. You scroll through social media for hours. You complain about boredom. You say, "I will do it later." Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Most people do not live. They merely exist. They sleepwalk through their days, waiting for the weekend, waiting for the holidays, waiting for retirement. And then, one day, they wake up and they are old. And they realize that while they were busy making plans for the future, life slipped through their fingers. Today, we are going to confront the uncomfortable truth about your time. We are going to look at how you are wasting your most precious resource, and I'm going to give you the Stoic framework to stop drifting and start living. If you click away now, you're proving my point. Stay with me, and let's wake up. The illusion of later. The biggest lie you tell yourself is the word later. I'll start the business later. I'll get in shape later. I'll fix my relationship later. You treat later as if it is a guaranteed place on the calendar. You treat it like a promise. But it is not. Later is a graveyard where dreams go to die. When you say later, what you are really saying is that your current comfort is more important than your future life. You are choosing the easy path of stagnation over the difficult path of growth. You are arrogant. You assume that you will even be here later. Marcus Aurelius warned us against this arrogance. He said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." You also suffer from a delusion about your future self. You imagine that the future you will be more disciplined, more energetic, and more motivated than you are today. You think that next Monday you will magically wake up with the willpower of a Navy SEAL. But that is a fantasy. If you cannot do it today, what makes you think you will do it tomorrow? Tomorrow is just another today. The habits you have today are the habits you will have in 10 years, unless you break them violently. The Stoics practiced memento mori, meditating on death, not to be morbid, but to destroy the illusion of later. When you truly understand that this day could be your last, you do not have the luxury of procrastination. You do not have time to be lazy. You realize that the only time you actually own is right now. Everything else is borrowed. Stop betting on a future that hasn't arrived. Do the work now, the busy fool. We need to talk about your busyness. In the modern world, being busy is worn as a badge of honor. People run around like headless chickens, constantly checking their phones, answering emails instantly, and rushing from one distraction to the next. They tell everyone how stressed they are, as if stress is a sign of importance. But there is a massive difference between being busy and being productive. Most people are just busy fools. They fill their days with noise to avoid the silence. They do fake work. They rearrange their desk. They color code their calendars. They attend meetings that could have been an email. They feel important because they are moving fast, but they're going nowhere. It is like running on a treadmill. You are sweating, you are tired, but you haven't moved an inch. Seneca called this busy idleness. You are active, but you are not achieving anything of value. You are hiding from the difficult tasks by drowning yourself in easy ones. You check your analytics, you change your font size, you research the perfect workout plan for 3 hours instead of actually doing a push-up. This is procrastination in disguise. You need to audit your life ruthlessly. How much of your day is spent on things that actually move the needle toward your goals? And how much is spent on maintenance? just keeping your head above water. If you want to stop wasting your life, you must become ruthless with your attention. You must learn to say no. Every time you say yes to something minor, you are saying no to something major. A disciplined mind does not do more, it does less, but it does the things that matter. Stop confusing motion with action, the vampire of regret. There's a specific type of pain that is worse than the pain of discipline. It is the pain of regret. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. Imagine meeting yourself 10 years from now. That version of you is tired. Their eyes are dull. They look at you with deep disappointment, and they ask you, why didn't you try? Why did you stay in that job you hated for another decade? Why didn't you ask her out? Why did you waste so much time watching other people live their lives on a screen? Bronnie Ware, a palliative care nurse, spent years with people in their final weeks of life. She recorded their top regrets. Do you know what the number one regret of the dying was? It wasn't, I wish I made more money, or I wish I bought a nicer car. It was, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Think about that. The greatest tragedy is not failure. Failure is temporary. Failure is a lesson. The greatest tragedy is getting to the end and realizing you lived someone else's life. You spent your time trying to impress people who don't care about you, buying things you didn't need, and chasing status that doesn't matter. Regret is a ghost that will haunt you forever if you do not take action. The only way to exorcise this ghost is to act. Fear is temporary. The embarrassment of starting something new is temporary. But the regret of never starting is permanent. Do not let your life become a list of what ifs. The value of an hour. If you walked down the street and dropped $1,000, you would be angry. You would retrace your steps. You would try to find it. You would be careful with your wallet for the rest of the month. But you lose hours every single day and you don't even blink. Time is far more valuable than money. You can always make more money. Even if you go bankrupt, you can earn it back. But you can never, ever make more time. Once an hour is gone, it is gone forever. Yet, you give your time away for free. You give it to negative people who drain your energy. You give it to mindless entertainment that numbs your brain. You give it to arguments on the internet with strangers you will never meet. Start treating your time like a bank account. Every morning, you're credited with 86,400 seconds. At the end of the day, the balance is wiped clean. You cannot carry it over. There is no overdraft. If you saw someone burning a pile of money, you would think they were insane. But you are burning moments. You are burning potential. Calculate what your time is worth. If you want to be a millionaire, your hour is worth hundreds of dollars. Would you spend $500 to watch a cat video? Would you spend $500 to sit on the couch and stare at the wall? No. So why are you spending your time doing it? The rich buy time. The poor sell time. You need to stop selling your time for cheap dopamine hits and start investing it in your own mind and your own future. The call to action. So, what are you going to do? This video is ending. The screen will go black. And then you have a choice. Are you going to close this video and go back to sleep? Are you going to open another tab and numb yourself again? Are you going to let the algorithm feed you another distraction? If you do that, you have learned nothing. You are just a tourist in the land of self-improvement. Or, are you going to wake up? Your life is happening right now. Not in the future. Not when you feel ready. Now. Here is your challenge for today. Pick one thing you have been putting off. Just one. That phone call you need to make. That project you need to start. That run you need to go on. And do it. Immediately. Do not think about it. Do not negotiate with yourself. Just move. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It will never come. Stop waiting for motivation. It is a lie designed to keep you weak. Discipline is doing it because your time is running out. Live immediately. As Seneca said, "He who puts off living waits for life." Do not wait. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to The Disciplined Mind. We are building an army of the focused few, and we do not have time to waste. Turn off this video. Put down your phone. Go.